Saltbush Bill's Gamecock Banjo Paterson. Andrew Barton, 'twas Saltbush Bill, with his traveling sheep, was making his way to town. He crossed them over the Hard Times Run, and he came to the Take 'em Down. He counted through at the boundary gate, and camped at the drafting yard, for Stingy Smith, of the Hard Times Run, had hunted him rather hard. He bore no malice to Stingy Smith. 'Twas simply the hand of fate that caused his wagon to swerve aside and shatter old Stingy's gate. And being only the hand of fate, it follows, without a doubt, it wasn't the fault of Saltbush Bill that Stingy's sheep got out. So Saltbush Bill, with an easy heart, prepared for what might befall, commenced his stages on Take 'em Down, the station of Rooster Hall. 'Tis strange how often the men out back will take to some curious craft, some ruling passion to keep their thoughts away from the overdraft, and Rooster Hall, of the Take 'em Down, was widely known as a famous breeder of champion fighting cocks. His forte was the British game. The passing stranger within his gates that camped with old Rooster Hall was forced to talk about fowls all night, or else not talk at all. Though droughts should come, and though sheep should die, his fowls were his sole delight. He left his shed in the flood of work to watch two gamecocks fight. He held in scorn the Australian game, that long-legged child of sin. In a desperate fight, with the steel-tipped spurs, the British game must win. The Australian bird was a mongrel bird, with a touch of the jungle cock. The want of breeding must find him out, when facing the English stock. For British breeding, and British pluck, must triumph it over all, and that was the root of the simple creed that governed old Rooster Hall. Asterisk 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 'twas Saltbush Bill to the station road ahead of his traveling sheep, and sent a message to Rooster Hall that wakened him out of his sleep, a crafty message that fetched him out, and hurried him as he came. Ampersand quo. A drover has an Australian bird to match with your British game. Ampersand quo. 'Twas done, and done in half a trice. A 5-pound note aside. Old Rooster Hall, with his champion bird, and the drover's bird untried. Ampersand quo. Still spurs, of course? Ampersand quo. Said old Rooster Hall. Ampersand quo. You'll need 'em, without a doubt. Ampersand quo. Ampersand quo. You stick the spurs on your bird. Ampersand quo. Said Bill. Ampersand quo. But mine fights best with that. Ampersand quo. Ampersand quo. Fights best with that. Ampersand quo. Said old Rooster Hall. Ampersand quo. He can't fight best unspurred. You must be crazy. Ampersand quo. But Saltbush Bill said, Ampersand quo. Wait till you see my bird. Ampersand quo. So Rooster Hall to his fowl yard went, and quickly back he came, bearing a clip and a shaven cock, the pride of his English game. With an eye as fierce as an eagly hawk, and a crow like a trumpet call, he strutted about on the garden walk, and cackled at Rooster Hall. Then Rooster Hall sent off a boy with the word to his cronies to McCrae, the boss of the Black Police, and Father Donahue. Full many a cockfight old McCrae had held in his empty court, with Father D as the picker-up, a regular all-round sport. They got the message of Rooster Hall, and down to his run they came, prepared to scoff at the drover's bird, and to bet on the English game. They headed them off to the drover's camp, while Saltbush rode before. Old Rooster Hall was a blithesome man, when he thought of the treat in store. They reached the camp, where the drover's cook, with countenance all serene, was boiling beef in an iron pot, but never a fowl was seen. Ampersand quo. Take off the beef from the fire. Ampersand quo. Said Bill. Ampersand quo. And wait till you see the fight. There's something fresh for the bill of fare. There's game fowl stew tonight. For Mr. Hall has a fighting cock, all feathered and clipped and spurred. And he's fetched him here, for a bit of sport, to fight our Australian bird. I've made a match for our pet will win, though he's hardly a fighting cock, but he's game enough, and it's many a mile that he's tramped with the traveling stock. Ampersand quo. The cook he banged on a saucepan lid, and, soon as the sound was heard, under the dray, in the shallow hood, as something moved and stirred, a great tame emu strutted out. Said Saltbush, Ampersand quo. Here's our bird. Ampersand quo. Rooster Hall, and his cronies too, drove home without a word. The passing stranger within his gates that camps with old Rooster Hall must talk about something else than fowls, if he wishes to talk at all. For the record lies in the local court, and filed in its deepest vault, that Peter Hall, of the Take-'em Down, was tried for a fierce assault on a stranger man, who, in all good faith, and prompted by what he heard, had asked old Hall if a British game could beat an Australian bird. And old McCrae, who was on the bench, as soon as the case was tried, remarked, Ampersand quo. Discharged with a clean discharge, the assault was justified. Ampersand quo.